Let's start here. You're feeling overwhelmed. Well, no shit. You're carrying a whole emotional junkyard on your back, like Atlas carrying the weight of a planet that doesn't even send thank you cards. You've been living in mental traffic, honking thoughts, emotional rear-end collisions, belief systems that run red lights and crash into your dreams. Overwhelm isn't weakness, it's a signal. A blinking dashboard light telling you too much input, not enough integration. It's like trying to run 20 tabs on a 5-tab brain. No wonder you freeze. No wonder you scroll. No wonder you snap or shut down. Overwhelm is the brain's SOS call for connection. Not more action. Not more grinding. Connection. Because guess what? You don't heal by adding more shit to your to-do list. You heal by removing the lie that you have to do it all alone. You probably think it's always going to be this way. A mind stuck in a storm that thinks the storm is the sky. But that's not true. That's just proximity blindness. You ever been in a dark room so long your eyes adjust? Same thing here. You adapted to the suffering, called it normal. Started building furniture in a fucking cave and called it home. But the cave is not the castle. And your belief that this is how it always is nothing more than a glitch in the brain's forecasting algorithm. It projects a past pattern on a future that hasn't even arrived yet. Like trying to predict tomorrow's weather using last year's trauma. You've always been the one who had to figure it out alone. And fuck that. I respect that. You're a goddamn warrior. MacGyvering your soul together with duct tape, late nights, survival mode, playing every role from the therapist to saviour, to janitor, to dream holder. And here's the reframe. Just because you had to, doesn't mean you still have to. You built a fortress to survive, but survival isn't a goal anymore. Thriving doesn't live in isolation. Thriving lives in reconnection to people, to purpose, to presence. But maybe, just maybe, connection is the part of you that remembers you're not alone anymore. Fuck maybe, let's make it certain. When you talk to a friend and suddenly breathe easier, it's connection. When a meme hits so hard it makes you cry laugh, it's a shared experience. When a stranger nods at you during a tough day, it's recognition. You already do this. These are micro moments of reconnection. Tiny lightning bolts that say, I see you, I get you, you matter. Now look at the big picture. What if your whole life becomes one massive act of remembering that? What happens if you don't? Let's get brutally honest. If you don't reconnect, you keep grinding yourself into a fucking dust, trying to be self-sufficient in a world that was designed to be interdependent. You become a martyr of your own self-protection. You isolate yourself in stagnation and call it strength. Your nervous system becomes a trauma echo chamber. It's like trying to run a mansion on the power of a single candle, and then wondering why everything feels dim. What does science say? The vagus nerve, your social engagement highway, it calms your fight or flight system when you feel safe with others. Connection regulates your cortisol. Laughter literally resets your nervous system. Touch boosts oxytocin. You're biologically wired for healing through relationship. Isolation triggers the same pain centers in the brain as physical injury. Being alone too long isn't independence. It's neurochemical starvation. So what changes when you believe this? Everything. You stop seeing asking for help as a weakness. You start seeing it as a spiritual intelligence. You begin to magnetize relationships to match your authentic nervous system, not your performative trauma. You become the lighthouse, not the lost ship. You start experiencing life, not as a battle, but as a symphony. And you're not just a conductor, you're the fucking music too. Let me speak directly to that deep part of you now. The part of you that knows it's time. That hears these words, not just as words, but as instructions. As you hear this, the unconscious mind of you starts to scan through your past. It finds evidence that connection has always been the turning point. And as that becomes more real, louder, truer, a shift begins. Like a forgotten light switch flipping on in the hallway of your mind. And the part of you that always had to do it alone finally exhales. Every moment of openness invites healing. I'm allowed to receive. Connection is strength, not weakness. I don't have to carry it all alone. It's safe to be seen. The common bullshit patterns to watch for. If I ask for help, I'm a burden. No, you're a fucking human being. Nobody really gets me. Yet you never let them truly see you. I don't want to owe anyone. Connection isn't a debt system, it's an ecosystem. I'm fine. That's the trauma speaking, not the truth. So why are you afraid of it? Because the first time you reached out, someone dropped you. Because vulnerability used to equal pain. Because connection was once a trap. But now, you're no longer 5 years old. You've got new eyes, new tools, new people. And if you're afraid of rejection, let me offer this. Rejection is just God's way of redirection. Pain is the price of authenticity. If you stay in the loop of aloneness, you keep living half a life. Starving in a banquet hall, you age faster, your soul rusts, you wither. But if you choose connection, you evolve. You soften and strengthen. You become who the fuck you came here to be. And you ripple healing into every space you walk into. Let it land in every cell. You're not a burden. You're not broken. You're not alone. You're no longer meant to suffer alone to prove your strength. Start now, right now. Text someone, say the thing. Cry in someone's arms. Show the fuck up. Receive. You're not the lone wolf anymore. You're the thunderstorm, the tribe, the warmth around the fire. Welcome back.